we will do question number 29. So now see the question. A, B and C were partners in the firm sharing profits in the ratio 1/2, 1/3, 1/6. So A, B and C were three old partners and this is their old profit sharing ratio. Now as you can see, this is their old balance sheet. Who has retired? B has retired. So now after B has retired, these are the following adjustments we need to make. So now we will mark the adjustments. First we will have adjustment in machinery, then we will have adjustment in motor vans, then again as you can see stock would be appreciated, that means stock will have adjustment, then buildings, so in buildings also adjustment is there, and then the provision for doubtful debts would be increased by 585, that means when we are talking about provision, that means it will have adjustment in debtors. Okay, so now the last adjustment is liability of worksman compensation to the extent of 495 would be created. As you can see in the old balance sheet, there is no old worksman compensation, so that means this is a new liability. Okay, now as it is told in the beginning itself that B is going to retire, so A and C will be the what to say, or remaining partners. Okay, A and C will be the remaining partners, and or you can say continuing partners, and this is their new ratio 3:2. Okay, so now we will start to make entries. First, as you can see, we have liabilities. In the liability side we have creditors, and in creditors there is no adjustment, so we'll record it in the new balance sheet creditors. As there is no adjustment, we have written directly the amount 5700. Now our next item is bills payable. So in bills payable also there is no adjustment, so we can write here directly bills payable, and the amount was 1500. Okay, now next is reserve fund. As we all know, we used to distribute the reserve among the old partners. So here the old partners are A, B and C. So here the reserve will be distributed among the old partners in their capital account in the credit side by reserve fund. The amount was 3600. So for A, the old share was half, so half of 3600 is 1800. Again for B, 3600 into 1/3 will be 1200, and for C, 3600 divided by 1/6 will be 600. Okay, so now we have distributed 3600 in their old ratio or old share. Now capitals will come in partners capital account, so we'll write as by balance brought down. The amount is 12,000, 9,000 and 7,500. Okay, now next is cash at bank. As you can see, there is no adjustment in cash at bank, because regarding the payment to the old partners, to the outgoing partners, nothing is mentioned. So we will directly record cash at bank in the asset side, cash at bank. So the amount is 750. Okay, so after cash at bank, the next item is debtors. As you can see, in debtors adjustment is there, so we will write just here, we will write debtors, the amount in the inner column 4800, since adjustment is there. Okay, next we have stock, and as you can see, stock also adjustment is there, so we will record here stock adjustment is there, so we won't write the amount. Next we have motor vans. In motor vans also adjustment is there, so we will record here motor vans. We will just write motor vans. After motor vans, the next item is machinery. In machinery also adjustment is there, 10,500. So now we will write, so here we will write machinery. Since adjustment is there, we won't write the amount. Next we have buildings. In buildings also adjustment is there, So buildings also we will just write buildings. Now after making all the entries, we will see the first adjustment. The first adjustment is about goodwill. The goodwill of the firm is given. Now from this goodwill we need to calculate the goodwill of the outgoing partners or the retiring partner, that is B. So before we start the calculation of goodwill, first we need to calculate the gaining ratio. And the calculation of gaining ratio, for the calculation of gaining ratio, first new share minus old share. Okay, so now what is the new share of A and C? As we can see in the question, the new share of A and C is 3:2. That means for A it will be 3/5, for C it will be 2/5. Now minus old share. So here as you can see, the old share for A it is 1/2 and for C it is 1/6. So here we will write 1/2 and here 1/6. So now if you make the calculation, 3/5 minus 1/2. So here 5 2s are 10. So 5, here it will be 6 and here it will be 5. So it will be 1/10. And here 2/5 minus 1/6. So so if you do the LCM it will be 30. So 5 12 minus 5, it will be 7/30. So as you can see, the denominators are different. So in order to equal the denominators, if we do LCM we will get 30. So 1/10 into 30 and here it will be 7/30 into 30. If we cancel 30 and here 0 it will be 3 and it will be 7. So we will get the ratio 3:7. So our gaining ratio is equal to 3:7. Okay, so now we have got the gaining ratio. Now as per question, the goodwill of the firm is 5,400. So here goodwill of firm is equal to 5,400, and as we know B is the retiring partner, so B's goodwill is equal to 5,400 into his share. See, B's share was 1/3. So here we will write B's goodwill 5,400 into 1/3. So if you do the calculation it will be 1,800. Now who will give him this 1,800? A and C in their gaining ratio. So now A will give 1,800 into their gaining ratio is 3:7. So it will be 3 plus 7 is 10. So 3/10. And here C will give 1,800 into 7/10. So now if we do the calculation, so for A it will be 540 and for C it will be 1,260. So now we will record this amount in the partner's capital account. So as B is retiring, so first A will give him A's capital account. So A will give 540 as per the calculation, and then C will give by C's capital account 1,260. Okay, now as we all know, when B is getting, then obviously A and C is losing the money. Means in B's capital account the amount of goodwill is added, but who is giving him? A and C. That means from A and C's capital account the amount will go out. So here So whenever capital decreases, it is recorded in the debit side. We will write here to whom they are giving? B. So to B's capital account, A will be giving 540 and C will be given 1260. So this is the adjustment for goodwill. So now the next adjustment is machinery would be depreciated by 10% and motor vans by 15%. That means motor vans and machinery would be depreciated. So machinery's value was 10,500 and as per question, depreciation on machinery was 10%. So depreciation at the rate 10% is 1050. So 10,500 minus 1050 will be 9450. And again we have depreciation on motor vans. The value of motor vans is 2,400. Now less depreciation as per question. Depreciation on motor vans is 15%. So 15% of 2,400 is, so 15% of 2,400 will be so 15% of 2,400 is 360. So now if we deduct 2,000 from 2,400 360, we will get 2040. So now as you can see, because of depreciation the value of assets have decreased. So whenever the value of asset decreases, where do we record it? So we used to record it in revaluation account debit side, because debit side means expenses or loss. So decrease in the value of asset is a loss. So to machinery, so the depreciation on machinery was, as you can see, 1050. So here we will write 1050. Then again we have depreciation on motor vans. So two motor vans, the depreciation on motor vans 360. So here we will write 360. Okay, now coming to the next adjustment. As you can see, stock was to be appreciated by 20% and buildings by 10%. Appreciation means increase in the value of asset. So whenever value of asset increases, we record it in the revaluation account credit side. So first we will record here to stock the appreciation was 20% of the old value of stock. As you can see here is 7,500. So here also we will record 7,500. So 20% of 7,500 is 1,500. So the same amount should be added with this value in the new balance sheet. So here we will write the old value was 7,500 and appreciation is 1,500. So 7,500 plus 1,500 will be 9,000. Now again we have to appreciate, as per the question, we have to appreciate building also. So again we will record it in the revaluation account to building. So as per the question, building should be appreciated by 10%. So 10% of the old value, and the old value of building was 13,500. So here we will write 13,500. So 10% of 13,500 will be 1,350. Okay. Now this increased value means the value of appreciation should be added with the old value in the new balance sheet. So here we will write 13,500 plus 1,350 and the total will be 1,4,850. So again this adjustment is also done. Our next adjustment is provision for doubtful debts would be increased by 585. That means with the old provision we have to add this 585 with it, and then we have to deduct it from the debtors. So here less provision, as we know the old provision was 150 plus, as you can see in the question, would be increased by. The word by itself means we have to add more 585 with 150. So 150 plus 585 will be 735. So from 4800 we have to deduct 735. So here we will get 4065. Again this adjustment is also done. Now next adjustment, liability for workman compensation to the extent of 495 would be created. Now as you can see, would be created means we have to create this new liability, that is workman compensation. That means we have to record this new liability in our new balance sheet. Okay, so here we will record it. Workman compensation and the amount of new liability is 495. So we'll record it here, 495. So now as we have recorded this new liability in our new balance sheet, obviously the value of liabilities will increase, and increase in the value of liability should be recorded in debit side of revaluation account. So we'll record this new liability to workman's compensation 495. Okay, so now almost all the adjustments are done. So now we will calculate for either revaluation profit or loss. Let us see. First we will do the total of both the sides. So total of credit side is 2850. Now we will total the debit side. Before doing the total, one entry we have missed. See, provision was increased, right? So due to increase of 585, the value of debtors has gone down. Debtors means asset. So this 585 has reduced the value of debtors. So decrease in the value of assets should also be recorded. So here we will record it in the debit side. To provision for doubtful debts, our provision was increased by 585. Now we will do the total of debit side. So total of debit side is 2490. So it is very clear that our credit side, that is the income side, is greater than the expense side. So that means there is a profit on revaluation. So the total profit, so first we will write this total over here, 2850, 2850. Now you can rub this one. Okay, now we will calculate from here. 2850 will deduct 2490. So now the profit will be profit on revaluation account A, B and C. Our profit after deducting from 2850 all this, we will get 360. So 360 into, our old ratio was 1/2. So here we will write 1/2. Then for B, 360 into, the old ratio was 1/3. And for C it was 360 into 1/6. So now if we calculate here, we will get 180, 120 and 60. So the total profit is 360. Now this two will become by in the partners capital account. So by revaluation account, there is profit of 180, 120 and 60. Okay, so now who is the outgoing partner? B is the outgoing partner or retiring partner. That means we have to pay B. So regarding B's payment, nothing is mentioned. So whenever regarding the payment, if nothing is mentioned, then we will transfer to that particular outgoing partner's loan account. So first, For transferring it into the loan account, we need to calculate how much is payable to B. So first we will total the B's column. Okay, so first we'll make the total of B's column. So the total of B's column is 12120. That means 12120 is due to B, which will be transferred to his loan account. Since regarding the payment nothing is mentioned, so we'll transfer directly to his loan account 1120. Okay, now this loan will be transferred to liability side, because loan is any kind of loan is a liability. So we'll write in the new balance sheet B's loan 12120. Okay, now next what we have to calculate the new capital of the remaining partners. So first we will calculate A's column. So if we calculate A's column, we will get 13980. Here also in the total column we will write 13980. Now as you can see, there is 540 in the debit side. So from 13980 we need to deduct 540. So after deducting 540, we can see to balance carried down from 13980. If we deduct 540, we will get 13440. So this is the new capital of A. Now B has left the business, so it will be dash for him. Now for C, we will make the total of C's column. So if we make the total of C's column, we will get 8160. Okay, here also we will write 8160. Okay, now from 8160, if we deduct 1260, we will get 6900. So this is the new capital of A and C. Okay, here I forgot to write, so I will write the total here 1120. Okay, now as we can see, we have got the new capital of A and C. So that one we will record here. Capitals for A, the capital is 13440. So we'll write here 13440, and for C the new capital is 6900. So we'll record here 6900. Now we will make the total of both liabilities and asset side. So if we make the total of liability side, we will get 40155. Here also if we make the total of asset side, we will get the total 40155. So now the sum is, as you can see, is done.